Welcome to Where There's Wheels.
There's a play.
My name's Ian, your mid-complexity casual gamer.
I'm Stacey. I am your non-gamer gamer.
And we are here today to bring you an initial impressions of a game that we just got done playing a few times, and that is Landmarks by Floodgate Games. Brought to us by Danilo Valente and Rodrigo Rego. It plays 2 to 10 players in 20 minutes. All right, on to the components and artwork first.
Okay, this is actually a pretty easy game to talk about for the components and the artwork. I'm going to start with the rule book, as I generally always do. The rule book is pretty short, sweet, and to the point. It explains everything you need to do with the setup, how to play it, how to give the clues in the game, how to place the tiles with the clues, the different explorations on the island that you need to do or not need to do. Um, and that's about it. Like I said, it's pretty easy. It also talks about the competitive rules, which we have not played yet, so we aren't going to discuss those at this time. With the game comes the rule book, comes the extra chips that you need to use for your word clues, your cards that you use to get your clues from, and where to send the people on the player mat. The player mat itself is actually pretty good quality. It's two-sided. There is the artistic side that I call it, and then the more plain side. Um, it's made of like a canvas, like a light canvas material.
Yeah, it's quite different than you're used to feeling. It feels really, really good.
Yeah. It's kind of the artwork on it is very light, but not too light to where you can't see it. But it's very like treasure mapish.
Yes, it's like someone drew it and it's kind of been washed off a little, washed away from use and stuff.
Yeah.
I like the different. I like that the fact that they kind of made it different regions. Like you got mountains and desert, and some rocky areas, and
island
some
over
volcano and things. So yeah,
then you
I really
got
like
your
this.
and then you got your player board as well.
Yeah, what do they call that?
I think it's the.
It's not the. What is it? It's the tracker board. This is
Tracker
what you're
board.
tracking all of your things, which we'll get into a little bit more.
And then you have your little plastic standee so that you can put your card into it. So for the person that's reading and giving the clues. And that's about it.
Yeah,
Pretty simple. Um, Everything comes in the box, and the box is actually pretty simple.
Yeah.
Place to roll up the mat, place for your cards, and a place for your markers.
Yeah.
So it's pretty easy to figure out where everything goes. You don't need a map to put everything back into the box.
It's what you would expect from a party game, but it actually is quite good quality because a party game is something that you want few components, easy setup, easy directions, easy takedown. That has all this, but I really like this is an up. I would say this is almost an upscale party game.
Yeah.
Because it does have a few extra parts. It has some really nice tiles and stuff. So yeah, I really like it. It has some good components to it. All right, moving on. Setup and gameplay. Setup for this game, like I said, with a party game, very quick, very easy. You put your mat out. You draw a map card basically. You put 3 words. Yes, 3 words on the bottom. On this one, swamp, fence, and bubble. You put those 3 words onto 3 tiles, and you place them in the locations on that are given on your board here. This is washed out here. This is just a symbol that tells you this is one of the easier ones. So that's not really important to see what's being washed out there. Then you take your tracker board, you place 7 more tiles here. Those are your clues and basically your water level that you can track because you need to stay hydrated as you are tracking this. What you're trying to do is you are trying to, as the Pathfinder, you are trying to give 1 word clues to direct the party to the exit. So you'll notice there's a bunch of different symbols on here in different colors. Those correspond with the different symbols on this. Let me bring this under the green screen so you can kind of see what those are. So you've got the treasure, which you find those and get out alive. The water, when you find one of those, you can actually refill your tiles to the limit on the water. The trap, which loses a tile and reduces your water limit. So if you find a trap, the number of water tiles you can replace are actually smaller, so you can see the replacement tiles up there. Then the curse, you lose if you leave while being cursed. So if you have more curses than you do amulets, then you lose when you leave. And then the exit is the gray. So you can see what you're trying to do is you're trying to give one word clues to direct the party from the starting area, from the locations to the trap or to the exit, which this card looks really, really easy because, oh, the exit's only 2 spaces away. The problem is you can only give one word clues. When you give that one word clue, the person has to place the tile down where they think it goes. Well, if I'm trying to get them here, if this is the exit, and I give a one word clue that only goes to bubble, that can't in any way go to fence or swamp, there's actually 3 different spaces they could go. Hopefully they go here. Hopefully they go there, because that's the safest place to go. If they go up here, all of a sudden now I need to give a one word clue that goes to both of these to get them to go down here. If they go here, well, you can see below this is going to be a trap, so we're going to get ourselves in a little danger. But if I'm here, all of a sudden there's 3 spaces they can go. So I'm trying to give a one word clue here that goes to these 3 spaces. This one is a curse. This is a trap. This is actually where I want them to go. So hopefully we can get lucky. But if I don't get that, well, then you got to go get the amulet. So all of a sudden you have to get a lot more spaces. So this card looks easy, but because of the fact that there's a lot of spaces sometimes that someone can put a clue for one word, it does make it difficult because you can give them a clue, a one word clue, and you can say what the word is. You can't give anything else. You can't direct them where you want them to put it. You can't tell them if they were right or wrong as to where you were thinking. They place it, and you have to then give the clues based on where they place it and what you have left. So it does get a little tricky. On this card particularly, I thought we might need to get some water, so I directed Stacey to get us some more to refill our tiles, just in case we did get kind of trapped over here. We did end up getting this one, but here's a couple of the other ones we played. You'll see they get a little trickier even on the easy mode because this one you're starting up here, but you have to go over here, which means you have to go through this curse or these traps. If you go through the curse, then you need to make sure you have the amulet. And then the other one, just the same. You are um, starting here. You have to get up here, but there's a lot of stuff you have to get through. So, giving the clues is you're trying to give the clues, but there's a lot of different places. If I give a clue that only goes to bubble, there's 3 spaces. And then all of a sudden there's 3 spaces here, and you don't know where the other person is going to place the tile. So that's the gameplay. There's four steps, just to run them down real quick. You give the clue, that's the Pathfinder. The party places the clue. Then you explore the island by telling them what they've found: treasure, water, trap, curse, amulet, exit, or nothing. Then you check to see if you have finished. Pretty simple. If you find the exit with before or after finding all 3 treasures, you win. If you find the exit and you have more curses than amulets, you lose. Pretty simple. Which takes us on to, there is no scoring in this game. At
You
least
either win or you lose.
You win or lose. You win or lose. You got the 3 scenarios. You have more curses than amulets, you lose. You find the exit before finding all the treasures, you win. You find the exit after finding all the treasures, you win. That's it. Like Stacey said, there is a competitive two teams of 2 players or more that we haven't looked at. There might be some scoring there. It looks like you're trying to find the treasures. That's about it. So pretty simple. And moving on to our final thoughts. Oops. There we go. Trying to get the cameras right. Oh, let's turn that. All right, final thoughts. I'll just start us off.
So my final thoughts on this is that I knew I would not do very well at this game, for a couple of different reasons. One, my spatial awareness of where I am on the board versus my card. Um, it took me a while to figure out where I was on the board to start with, and then to try and figure out which clue to match with which words were already on the board. That was my first difficulty. My second difficulty was just trying to come up with the words that matched. Did I want to go serious? Did I want to go silly? Did I know what he was thinking in his head? Because oftentimes we do not think the same way.
We have this problem. So
Yes.
let me, since you're talking about that, let me jump in. We have the same problem when we play Codenames Duet or Codenames
Duet.
Duet. Codenames
Two.
Duet.
Duet.
I know, but there's duet, duo modes for
We
games.
have the
Duet,
duet.
right? Different games call their stuff different things, and I can't remember. I can never remember which one's which. Um, and basically the two persons code names. And the problem is when we give a clue, whether it's in code names, whether it's in this, the clue is so very clear in our head. It's like there is nothing else. There's no way you can do this. The problem is every single time, or 90% of the time, when she gives a clue to me that is very clear to hear, or I give a clue to her, the other person goes, "Oh well, oh, but they might be thinking this," and you're sitting there going, "Oh my god, it's simple. It's just go with the simple." And then we both tend to overthink each other's clues like tenfold, and we will talk through like five different things that could possibly be just overthinking things, and then you're sitting there going, "It's that, it's that, it's that," and it happens in codenames. Any word game we play will end up being the same way.
Yeah.
We give a clue. It is so simple and straightforward in your head, and then for some reason the other person. It happens with both of us. It happens when she gives a clue to me. It happens when I give a clue. The other person will sit there and run through very specific scenarios or reasons that the card is should go in different spots, and you're going, just go simple.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
So
so
that's my other problem. But then my third problem is my most detrimental problem in my head, anyway, is not getting it correct and letting Ian down by not getting it correct. That's my own personal issue that I am working through on doing that. But I don't like win or lose games. I need a score. I need to know that I got a score. And this one doesn't do that. But I still like this game. I do like this game, even though I don't have a score and I either just win or lose. If I lose, I feel bad because I know it's usually my fault
no,
for overthinking it way too much. But this is a good game. I think this is good. If kids have a decent vocabulary anyway, they should be able to play this game and be able to match it up. Adults, if you've had a few beverages,
it could get interesting.
it could get very interesting, and then you wish you had a child around so that they could direct you where to go.
The one thing I didn't say about the clues is when you give the clues, it is one word, and you can't give any
Mm,
clarification. Like you can't say, "Oh, if you've watched this movie, you'll get this." You have to. It's one word. You can say the word, and you can write down the word, and that's it.
yep.
So
Yeah. So I do like this game. It's gonna take me a while to make it easier in my head than what I'm making it. I way overthink everything. So
we both do.
yeah.
We both overthink things one way or the other. You know.
Mm.
I do like this one. I like the one word clue giving. I like trying to make sure. Okay, wait. So and if you follow the channel, you know I overanalyze things a lot. But in this, it kind of helps me because I go, okay, if they don't put it where I want them to, what is my next clue? So I'm kind of thinking about like, okay, if they put it there, what is my next clue going to be so I can get them to the spot that I wanted them to before. So if so, like I wanted Stacey to go in one spot earlier. She put it one spot up. I already had in mind. Well, if she goes there, what am I going to put it next? Where am I going to go next? And where do I have to go? No, she doesn't. But I tend to, that my brain works that way. You know, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't because one time I put a clue down and I went, oh, wait, that doesn't make sense. That's good. No, I made it kind of harder on myself. Like, where do I need to go with this? I really like this one. Um, I'll be honest, in the just casual mode, don't really understand the point of the treasure at all.
No.
Like there is no like, oh, you have to collect the treasure to win. If you exit, you win without having more curses. The treasures have no bearing whatsoever on whether or not you win or lose, which I thought you had to collect the treasures.
Yeah, please correct us if we're wrong or if
Well, no, the rule says
misinformed.
if you did find the exit before finding all the treasures, you win. But you did leave some treasure behind. That thought won't hunt you. So it doesn't say. I mean, it's really you have a lose. The only lose is if you have more curses than amulets. Now it does look like in the team rules you are trying to compete to find 4 treasures before the other team. So there's more treasures. Hand me one of these cards. So let's.
Okay.
Is there more? Well, I'm just kind of wondering. Um, is there more treasures on here, or are you maybe you're playing multiple cards to try and? I'm just curious now. So there's only 2 treasures on this, and it's first team to find 4 treasures. So you must play multiple cards, and whoever finds more treasures, you're directing people to find more treasures, I guess. In a competitive, and each team must be giving. I'm guessing each team gives clues, and then you're directing your teammates to do stuff and go in places, and you're trying to direct your teammate to treasures. So in that case, the treasures is what it is. But in the basic mode, there's the treasure doesn't come into play. Now, if we wanted to score, we could go, okay, we need to try and get the treasures and see how many treasures we get, but there's only 3 treasures. So like your score is going to be like 0, 1, 2, or 3. Like, okay, we won with 2. We won with 1. We won with 3. So it's, I don't know. So the treasures definitely did not feel like it was something I needed to direct Stacey towards at all. If she happened to get one, she happened to get one. I don't think we got any. Maybe one. I think one. I think one on one card we got one. Um, but it wasn't something that I even worried about trying to direct towards. Water. I wanted to make sure we were close to water just in case we needed them, especially if we got a trap or we had to direct through a trap. I wanted to make sure that there was water nearby, something so that we could direct to water to refill our tiles. The amulet, I wanted to, if I thought we were going to get near a curse, I tried to direct towards the amulet first so that we could at least be close to it if we got the curse. And you can get the amulet first, so it was a good thing. But like I said, the treasure felt completely pointless um in the in the regular mode of Pathfinder and party. Now, like I said, I suppose you could make it more difficult, but like, okay, let's make it difficult. We have to find all 3 treasures before we win. And you could impose that on yourself. You could house rule that, where it's like, okay, easy is, it doesn't matter. Medium, hard, difficult would be you have to get all 3 treasures before you escape. And that might be in here, but I don't think I saw that at all. And it doesn't say it at the end. So, but you could put those rules in, like, okay, easy mode, or easy would be 1 treasure, very easy would be 0, 2 would be medium, and 3 would be difficult or something. But yeah, really like this game. We've played Codenames Duet a lot. I think I see this one getting out more than that now. It might be newer. It might be just because it's newer.
It's easier setup.
It's easier setup. The clue giving is much easier, but this is a good game. I really like this one. I see this one getting out quite a bit on our evenings. Just you just want to play something before you sit down and relax. So this could be a weeknight game. I like this one. This one was definitely a winner for us.
Yep. Small box,
quick setup, not a lot of parts.
Everything goes back in. Oh, where are we at? Oh, that we don't have.
We don't have the down screen.
Everything goes back into it. Fairly simple. Yep. So easy put away.
Yep.
What else is there not to like about it?
That's landmarks for you.
That's it.
If you have any other games that you think we might enjoy, please let us know. We're kind of on the lookout maybe for a couple more party games, like similar party games or whatever that play at 2 players that are quick and easy setup. We like this kind of game. So yeah, drop us a line before. Have you played Landmarks? Let us know how you feel about it. Have you played the competitive 2 team? Let us know how you think about that too. If you like this video and want to see more, please hit that subscribe button above. And if you want to see the rest of our initial impressions, you can follow that link. Once again, this has been Where There's a Wills.
There's a play.
I'm Ian.
I'm Stacey.
And we'll see you next time.
At the table.